we're talking Lady Saints soccer, and we're here with new women's soccer coach, Marcela Bueno, and she's been in here about a month now, but she's hitting the ground running over there. Marcela, how are you today?
I'm good, Phil. How are you?
I'm doing great. Well, so far you've been here, like I said, about a month. You've hit the ground running, doing
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
But before we do that, let's talk a little about yourself.
Yeah.
Where you're from, what's your background?
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me, first of all. It's good to get out here and let the people know what we are about. I'm originally from São Paulo, Brazil. I came to the United States back in 2016 to junior college as well, back in Texas, Ranger College. Transferred to Central Baptist, that's where I finished my undergrad career. After that, I did a master's program at University of Central Arkansas. I was a graduate assistant there for 2 years. And this past year, I was assistant coach at Iowa Western, and now we're here.
So, what attracted you about Seward County?
Yes, I was looking to stay in a junior college environment. It's special for me to be back where I started. When I saw the opportunity, I applied for the job. Coach Heim, actually on the men's soccer team, was the one that had all the connection. He recruited me to come to America back in 2016, so it was really cool how he kept in touch with me, and so he gave me a hand on that. And then after the interview, I think what junior college is very special, how they're very close. I felt like it was the right fit for me when I came down and visit and got the chance to speak with the president, Bennett. I think he was really welcoming. That was something that really touched me. Me being here for less than 24 hours, I was able to get in touch with him, sit down, have a conversation, kind of see what they're expecting for the program, from the program being new. And I think we're on the same mindset of developing the program, and that was one of my choices.
Yeah, it so seems that, and at your last season over at Iowa, so the team went 16 and 0 and 4. So definitely you bring a winning environment to the school. How was it to be in there, to be
Yes.
undefeated?
Yeah, it was awesome. Iowa Western has been great for a long time ago, but this past years they were national champions back to back, and I was really blessed to get the opportunity to be there this past fall. Very talented group. The mentality of winning, it comes, of course, from Adam. I think he has a really he had a really good foundation in there. But the talent, the girls, the desire, the driving, I think it was really amazing. It was easy to be at the training session every day because they always wanted to win, and they put in the work, and it doesn't just happen. But yeah, it was awesome experience for sure.
So let's bring in a couple of thoughts on this. Okay,
Yeah.
so first of all, this is your very first head coaching job.
Yeah.
How is that transition going to be, and how do you think you're ready for this?
Yeah, when I was talking to Coach Sanchez, I was like, I don't know what is the feeling of being ready to be a head coach, but I'm definitely excited for the challenge. I think becoming a head coach is a development process. I still have a lot to learn, but I think it's a good start. I'm still young, so I'm willing to learn with my mistakes and keep grinding. And I do have really good mentors, which I'm really blessed about it. So I think I'll be just fine.
How do you think that in terms of the differences the difference between an assistant coach is very different from a head coach? I've talked to many assistants before that suddenly it's like, well, I don't do it, but now you're completely in charge and there's a lot more things. Talk about that transition, or especially talking with a lot of the players too.
Yes.
As an assistant coach, you get to be sort of almost above as the head coach. You end up being the one that makes decisions, and there's I guess a different relationship sometimes.
Yes, definitely. Relationship from the head coach, from assistant coach is definitely different. I don't think it has hit me just yet. My personality, I'm just very outgoing, so I don't think that on that aspect I'll change. I'll be who I am. It's not because I'm the head coach that I have more power. I think the relationship that I have with my players on that aspect, I don't think will change. Of course, there's different boundaries, but on that aspect, I believe I won't change from that's who I am. But of course, there's a lot of more responsibilities, a lot of more decision making. but besides that, I don't think there's too much, you know, like as an assistant coach, I think you're a little bit more limit, but you still do a good percentage of what a head coach does. But the decisions now, it's what probably is going to wait a little bit more, having to be the final decisions always going to come to me. So I think that's going to be the biggest difference for sure.
You just sort of thought, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be more active. What kind of personality do you have? Intense,
I am passionate about football, so I think it does vary. Depends on where you're at. When I'm on the pitch, I'm a totally different person than when I'm outside. But I think it's just my passion that kind of drives out. I try to share what I have, you know. I think that's the best way to kind of get the girls biting to my philosophy, to what I believe from all the experiences that I have had it, and I hopefully to get it more and more and more. But I think that's my personality. I just try to share the passion that I have and try and make sure the girls understand.
So talk about your philosophy. Talk about your soccer philosophy on strategy. How do you? More defensive, more rushing, more aggressive, wide open.
Yeah, I play as attacking mid as a 9, so I love the attacking aspect of it. Of course, defensively it's just as important. But I love the football. I love to keep the ball. I love to move the ball left to right, to patient. I like players, their composure. I like them to understand that they gotta have a relationship with the ball before anything, and also understand the game. That's one of the things I look when I'm recruiting. It's how much they understand the game, because on those days you gotta be smart. It's not more just about just playing. It's about understanding where you are, where the space, what are your decisions, and everything happens in a split of seconds. But yeah.
It's just so. Are you strict, or are you? How do you communicate? I guess is a great word.
Yeah, restricted. Yeah, I don't think it's restricted. I think I am. I ask for the minimum, right? I think if they can give me they can be committed to what we're trying to do. If they doing the right things, I don't think I'll be that coach that like things. Then of course there is a minimum for everything, and that's how I wanted them to. That's how I want us to do it. I want to have a light environment for them, as long as we can meet the minimum requirements.
You're, you've actually had such a great career. You've earned first team all conference, and not just that, but also all academic honors as well. You were a team captain, and doing all that. How do you try to transfer that to your players?
Yeah.
It's a lot of times, as someone who excels on the field, sometimes people sort of see that it's a little bit more difficult, because your expectations
are high.
And when sometimes they don't get it, or it gets very frustrating. How do you sort of have you managed that, or had to?
Yes, definitely. Especially as a captain, I think one of my coaches once told me this, that I had to understand that not everybody has the same passion that I had. And since that time, and I started thinking about it, and it's true, you know, when you're on the field with another 10 players, not everybody's, as much as they should be on the same page, not everybody's on the same page, and not everybody has the same drive or the same passion as you. And it was definitely challenging. You know, I was a captain since my sophomore year, all the way through my senior year. I was a team captain, but I never took that as, you know, being the boss or anything like that. I was always just trying to lead the team, or trying to be an example for the girls, because that's all I had here. I left my country, and many others, the country, my family. So football is all I had. So I had to dedicate everything to it. But yeah, I don't think I think the way I try to do it, like I say, just trying to share the passion and make sure they understand that it's nothing more than that. It's not like I'm angry or anything, just the emotions that kind of comes out.
Well, you sort of said it's about their expectations are minimal, but then you expect a minimal effort from. I shouldn't even say that, because minimal effort means very poor. You expect the effort from them.
Yeah. Yes.
And if they can exceed, that's great. But you expect whatever. But you don't expect, let's say, your higher level. It's just one of those things.
Definitely. That's how it is. Not really. I don't think a minimum is the right word to say, but them to understand that they're doing the right things will be just fine. You know, you don't need to to be writing rules from left to right, and they just need to understand what my standards are, and as long as they can meet that, we'll be fine.
Okay, so in the program here at Seward has been here 2 years, and we maybe made a stride or two, but I think that with your hire and your pedigree, and especially how well Iowa Western has done, we probably expect a little more expectations and a winning culture.
Yeah, definitely.
Talk about that and how you expect to instill that in Seward County Lady Saints soccer.
Yeah, of course. The competitive, I'm looking at the program as a development program for sure. We can compare us to Iowa Western. Iowa Western has been there for many, many years. They 3 national championship. It didn't happen out of sudden. They're not national champions after 2 years of the program. It's a process that they have been through, and now I have to start here. Of course, being there taught me a lot, but we can compare us to Iowa Western. I do bring the driving, like I say. I do want the girls to understand that we can make things happen quickly. It might not be this first year, not be the second year. It's gonna be a developing program, but I'm really excited to see where we're gonna go with the girls I'm bringing in, the girls that are staying. And like I told them, we can't fix the past, but we can definitely change the future. So I told them from the first day I stepped here on the meeting, and I think they all kind of understand where we're trying to head, the things we're trying to change, and hopefully they'll have an impact on the field.
Now, one of the things is that we'll have some players, but probably this is going to be a new class for you, and this is probably your first. And you hit the ground, like I said, recruiting, and how has that been going?
It's going well. We had some already LOI signed. It's still trying to get some of the local kids, trying to see where we're at. We are running kind of late on recruiting aspect. As I came in late, many schools are done, but we're going to keep grinding and see where we're going to end up in July.
Okay, let's sort of talk a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
And now you said that you lived in São Paulo, major city out over here. How does it feel to be in Seward County, real small, rural? Was it the adjustment naturally? I imagine that Iowa Western, small city?
It's big, it's not too bad. We're like about 15 minutes from Omaha, so
okay,
it's a good city,
And you were at Ranger, it's a small town. How have you adjusted to that, again, São Paulo, largest metropolitan city?
I'm like 40 minutes from the city of São Paulo. So my city is still kind of big, it's very different than where we are. Iowa Western too, but Ranger, when I first came, Ranger was a very small city. All we had was a gas station by the school, and then a donut shop, and nothing much close. So I think you just kind of learn to live with what you have. You end up understanding that you actually don't need much to be happy or to survive, and I think I'm happy here. Have football. I think that's the biggest thing. And
was there an adjustment for you to be in a smaller area?
I think it will be. As the time goes. I don't think I have settled in yet since I got here. I've been going. But I'm sure at some point it's gonna hit like, well, that it is a smaller place, but you adapt to it. I think when you have a purpose or something, you end up adapting to what you have. And we're not too far from other big cities, so it's not like I'm going to be stuck in here. I can always make a trip somewhere, and I have really a lot of friends in Arkansas and like back in Iowa now, so I'll be just fine.
So talk about growing up in Brazil, and talking about how did you get your passion for soccer or
for football? Definitely. I think my grandpa has a big effect on that. Of course, Brazil, where you learn about football since you're start walking, you already have your team, and but I think my grandpa has a big effect on that. He would always take me and my younger brother to the soccer pitch. My brother's definitely not a soccer player, but I think I got all the passion from him. Never really played competitive back home. It's a lot of street soccer or 7v7 tournaments and things like that. So he has a big part on it for sure.
When did you decide that you wanted to continue to play college soccer, and especially why here in the States? Was it always a dream?
I think it is for every athletes in Brazil to leave Brazil to play. I think those days the women's side is developing, but back when I was their age, the opportunities were limited. So, but I never really got competitive, so I don't think I ever had that dream of leaving, the town, the city. I never really saw the opportunity to. I found this company on Facebook, and then I was like, whoa, I can actually make a living of that. And I saw more as an opportunity to change my life and my family's life, of course. So it kind of happened really fast. They were a blessing for me, for sure. Sponsored me all the way through it, and that's how I ended up in the United States.
So it changed your life.
It did change my life.
Was there any opportunity to play professional?
No, I thought about it. I should have tried it more harder. I think the limitations when I graduated for Ranger was a bit small. I couldn't afford it to school, so
Sure.
and we didn't have much resource on getting tapes and things out there. Of course, now the more I'm here, the more you start understanding how the process go. But when I first came, I didn't really understand what was Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, or none of that. But I was happy where I went to Central Baptist College and the connections that I made there. But I think I would have loved to try it. I still play, I still have fun. I haven't hung the boots yet, but I think professionally wise, it has already passed that level.
And again, like you sort of said, the boom of women's soccer has grown.
A lot,
and maybe, if you would have known more about that, the opportunity would continue to grow. But I mean, we're glad that you're here and decided to share your passion with Liberal Kansas, Southwest Kansas, Seward County, and the players coming up.
Thank you.
So, okay, so going over, like you said, the final is going to be your expectations of growing step by step.
Yes.
With again, effort, a competitive effort.
Yes.
And so I guess we can sort of see that going on.
Yes, I hopefully will be able to do something straight away this next fall. Like I told the girls, if we all want the same mentality, we all chasing the same goal, I'm sure we will be able to put at least a few steps up the stairs, and then the next generation will come and we'll keep reaching the same goal.
Okay, Coach, appreciate the time. Thank you. We'll talk to you again during the fall when season starts, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.